What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for downloading this free 1-hour workshop, Marketing 101. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Miranda Rodriguez, and today I want to welcome you to Marketing 101 with Marketing for the Uninhibited. All right, so before we dive in, I want you to make sure you have as much uninterrupted time as you can in the next hour. So put your phone on mute. Try to find a quiet place in your home or wherever you're doing this and have something to write with and take notes with, because we will be doing some writing exercises today. So you're going to want to make sure that you have access to something to write with. You don't want to listen to this while you're doing anything else. This is an interactive presentation, and you're probably going to want to pause, do the exercises, and then press play again. All right, my name is Miranda Rodriguez, and I am a marketing coach at Marketing for the Uninhibited, a business I created about 3.5 years ago. I started it in October 2017 because I realized that there were so many resources out there. If a business was looking to hire someone to run their social media, someone to build their website, someone to run their email. I worked at a small business, and I realized I had access to all of these people, these contractors, to do these things, but there was no one to help us create that overarching marketing strategy. And so what I do as a marketing coach is I work with entrepreneurs, a lot of creative entrepreneurs, mostly solopreneurs. So they're the only people working in their business right now. I work with them to develop 4-week customized marketing action plans. So what that means is we work together and we create a customized marketing plan that fits your schedule, your goals, your strengths in your business, so that we can incrementally grow your business every 4 weeks. So 1 month at a time, we're working together to grow the business. We're working together to track the numbers in the business, make sure that the numbers are tracking for the goals we have set. And it's 60 minutes a month, and that is your time to use how you see fit. So sometimes you come and you want to vent and you need to get some things off of your chest. Sometimes people show up prepared, they have notes written on their last month's marketing plan. They have ideas for where they want to go. And sometimes we spend the 60 minutes just really fleshing out any ideas or brainstorming a new concept to see how we can bring that concept into reality. So you can learn more at marketinguninhibited.com. You can also schedule a free 30-minute consultation on marketinguninhibited.com. All right, today's agenda. It is a full hour. I encourage you to pause and do these exercises and give yourself as much time as needed. So you may need to give yourself 90 minutes. You may need to do half today and half tomorrow. However you break it up, that is up to you. This is what we're going to cover today. We're going to answer the question, what is marketing? We're going to dive into mission statements, brand pillars, target audience, content strategy, goal setting, creating a 4-week marketing action plan, so that when you are done with this exercise, with this Marketing 101 course, you will be able to take that 4-week marketing action plan and start taking action as soon as tomorrow, right? We're going to get those things on the calendar. So you will need, at the end of this presentation, access to your planner or your calendar. I will give you, make sure you download the 1-page brand guide template. And then at the end, this is more for a group setting, but feel free to send me any questions or find me on Instagram or email to do a little questions and networking. All right, let's dive in. What is marketing? Okay, so just to start, you guys know I actually have a degree in marketing. So there are loads of technical marketing terms that I could throw at you right now to explain marketing. But that's something that I find not everyone is quite ready for yet. So you can graduate to that by doing the Marketing 201 course. You can find that on the website as well, or attend one of those free workshops. But for now and today, we're going to keep things super simple. That is my personal marketing philosophy, is that marketing should be simple, doable, and fun. So we're not going to really get into a lot of technical marketing terms today, but I do want to pull a couple definitions for you. So Seth Godin is a marketing expert. He's an author. He has written several books about marketing. You can see right back there on my bookshelf, I have a stack of his books. His most recent one is called This Is Marketing. I don't think that's the most recent one anymore, but it's a great one. If you want some real world advice, practical information, and a conversational tone about how to market your business and set yourself apart, I would suggest that. This is marketing. All right, so Seth Godin describes marketing as, most of all, marketing is change. So as a marketing expert, as someone who's becoming a marketing expert and marketing their own business, your services and your products, you are creating change within a certain community, right? You're looking to change the industry. You've spotted a way that things can be done differently in your industry, or an opportunity or a gap. And so that has inspired you to say, hey, I can do this. I can create this business. I can fill this role. So what is that change you're looking to make? That's something we're going to come back to in a little bit. Another thing he says is that your strategy, your commitment to a way of being and a story to be told and a promise to be made can change everything, right? We have to be committed to the change we are looking to create in our industries, within our communities. And as entrepreneurs, we're going to have some changes in ourselves that we really have to be committed to making in order to grow our businesses. Because in order to grow your business, you're going to have to do some new things. You're going to have to get uncomfortable. And so we have to be committed to that change all the way around. Okay. First, exercise. So this is how it's going to go. I'll give you a little definition of the topic that we're discussing, and then I'll move to the next slide, and that's when you're going to do your personal work. So, mission statement. A mission statement is intended to clarify the what, the who, and the why of a company. On the other hand, a vision statement, this is not something we'll be working on today, describes where the company wants a community or the world to be as a result of the company's services. A mission statement is the roadmap for the company's vision statement. So mission statement is zoomed in. It's small picture, right? We're focusing on the details. And then vision statement, by comparison, is zoomed out. It's big picture. Where do you see the company going in the world? What's the impact you see the company making in your own community, right? So a mission statement is the roadmap for the company's vision statement. And I did get this definition from HubSpot.com. I love HubSpot for practical, simple, doable marketing advice and information. Okay, so exercise number 1. Mission statement. Again, we are clarifying the who, the what, the why, and the how. And we're going to start doing this by asking ourselves these 4 questions. Number 1, what promise is your business making? What change are you looking to make? So what promise is your business making? I promise you that the marketing information you get, the marketing work you do with me will be simple, doable, and fun. That is my resounding promise for everyone, right? When you work with me, we're going to make marketing simple, doable, and fun. So what promise are you making to your audience? What's the value you're contributing to your audience? What change are you looking to make in your audience's life, in your target audience's life? All right, number 2, who are you trying to help with that promise? This is where your target audience comes in. Now, we do have a full exercise dedicated specifically to target audience. So you can, if you're not quite sure right now, you can kind of skip this question, or just write something general, right? Don't think too much about number 2 right now, because we will dive deeper. Number 3, why do you do this? What is your belief? So I had a client meeting just the other day, and she read me her mission statement. It was short, it was succinct, and to be quite honest, it was boring. And at that point, it was an hour of us working together. I was like, nothing this sentence that you read me is lacking passion and it's lacking specifics. And I know if you have been working in your business, whatever, for however long you've been working in your business, the reason you started out on this path is because you're passionate about something to do with the business you're creating. So you really have to dig into that belief here. Let it come to the surface. Be specific. So many people are afraid to be specific when it comes to marketing messaging. They don't want to turn people off. They don't want to turn people away. They don't want to say no. That you not saying no, you not being specific, and you being vague is actually what turns people away, because they don't know who you are and they don't know what you stand for. So we want to be specific. Why do you do what you do? What is your belief about yourself, about your product, about your service offerings, about the promise you're making that has gotten you to this point? Number 4, why should people pay attention to you? This is, oh my gosh, this is a big one. I have, you can listen to episode 98 of the Marketing for the Uninhibited podcast. And we really dive into unique selling proposition and what sets us apart as individuals in our industries, and really learning to articulate our strengths as individuals and letting those work for us in business. So right now, just basic answer, number 4, why should people pay attention to you? This should tie in a little bit to the change you're making, right? What about you and what you're doing sets you apart enough that people are like, I should spend some time on this. Time is super valuable. And then outside of time, we want them to spend money with you, right? So we have to start by telling them why they should pay attention to you. All right, brand pillars. 3 to 4 words you can use to describe your brand in a succinct way. This is a super fun exercise, so get ready to do some writing with this one. Everything the company does can be described by these words. After you do this exercise, after you complete this workshop, I want you to go and just start paying attention to the way businesses describe what they do, right? Businesses describe themselves, because developing a brand is like developing a personality for your business. And one way to do that is by developing 3 to 4 words that you can consistently sprinkle into your messaging, whether it's on your Instagram bio, whether it's in your website. We just want to repeat these words so that people can get used to associating our brand with these words. And this begins our journey on marketing consistency. For example, you've already heard me say this multiple times. I believe that marketing your business can be simple, doable, and fun. So you're always going to see my name in marketing coaching and Marketing for the Uninhibited associated with those 3 words: simple, doable, and fun. All right, so here's your exercise. Number 1, list all of the words, characteristics you use to describe your business on one piece of paper, right? So you're going to make a list. All of the words, all of the characteristics you use to describe your business. Write them down. Just do a brain dump. Set the timer for like 60 seconds. Boom, boom, boom. Don't overthink it. Just put them out there. All right. And then, so you can pause this if you need to and take a moment and complete number 1. And then number 2, list all of the feelings you want your customers to associate with your business. So write them down. Boom, 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 boom. The feelings. And if you have customers already, go back and look at some of the reviews or the messages they've sent you about working with you. You're going to be surprised, right? And the reason we do this is because we want 1 and 2 to be congruent. We don't want the words you use to describe your business to be completely different than the way your business or interacting with your business makes your customers feel, right? We need those words to work together. So this is why we do this. So get 2 lists going, the words you use and the characteristics you use to describe your business, and then the feelings and the words that your customers use to describe your business. If you don't have paying customers yet, that's okay. Just think about how you want them to feel. I want my customers, and all of my clients do feel this way. They feel accountable. They feel accomplished. They feel confident. They feel proud, right? They feel like they have someone they can rely on. They're no longer overwhelmed. They're no longer stressed out, not as regularly or as greatly as they were prior to working with me as a marketing coach on a month-to-month basis. They're much more focused. They have a clear vision, right? We're working in a direction together. And then I want you to, after you've done those 2 exercises, circle 3 to 4 that resonate most. Now, right now in this moment, you may have more than that resonate with you. That's okay. Circle the ones that resonate most and then come back to this exercise either at the end or tomorrow at some point before you finalize it and put it on your 1-page brand template. Give yourself time to kind of think about the words you've picked out and let them sit with you. And then you can always bounce these ideas off of, you can schedule a consultation with me and we can brainstorm, or you can bounce them off another trusted source in your life whom you talk to about business. All right, moving on. Target audience. Who are you talking to? It is one of the biggest marketing mistakes I find is that so many people are just checking off posting content as a marketing to-do, right? They're not actually thinking about how that message is resonating with another human being on the other end of most likely a phone, because they're looking at your Instagram, they're reading your blog, they're checking your website, maybe they're listening to your podcast or watching your video. You need to speak to them directly and let them know you see them, you hear them, you understand them, and here's how you can help improve their lives with your product or service. And then on the flip side, like, who do you want to listen to you, right? Because sometimes the audience we have right now is not our intended audience. So that means we have to flip the focus back on us and ask ourselves, like, what are we putting out there that is attracting this type of person? This goes back to that brand pillars exercise and making sure the words we're using to describe our brand and what we do are actual words that resonate with our intended target audience. And if not, if there's a disconnect there, we need to ask ourselves why. What about the energy, the way we carry ourselves, the words we're using, the way we're selling things is attracting a group that is not our ideal target audience, right? Or maybe you need to shift your ideal target audience. And then who are you looking to change? So going back to that first statement, the definition of marketing by Seth Godin, we want to ask ourselves over and over and over, what change are we making to make and who are we looking to change? So just kind of think about these for a second. And this is where we're going to move into an exercise, all right? So if you've meditated before, this is kind of like that. If not, no worries. We're going to do this together. So plant your feet on the ground if you can, or just find a comfortable position and close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. All right, get into the mindset, all right? We're going to do a little visualization exercise. I need you to remember way back when we used to network in person, or maybe some of you are still doing that. Mostly it's probably virtually now, but just think about yourself at a networking event or a social of some kind where you meet someone, you introduce yourself to that person, and you exchange the usual pleasantries, your name, what you do, why you do it maybe, and their eyes light up when they hear what you do. And they say, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I have been looking for someone like you. I was just the other day telling my significant other that, like, we needed to hire this type of person. Or it'd be so nice if I could find someone that did this, right? I was talking to my best friend about it. I was meditating on it. I was journaling about it. Usually in these moments, this person has like put it out there somehow, like, yes, right? So now open your eyes, come back to me. Think about that interaction, that person whose eyes lit up when you told them what you do for a living. Now, tell me about them. What's their name? What do they do for a living? How old are they? What is their relationship status? What are their hobbies? Do they have kids? And most importantly, what are some key personality traits and characteristics about this person that sets them apart from others that you work with, right? Why does this person, why are they a perfect fit for you? This is way less about someone's looks or their lifestyle, well, somewhat about their lifestyle, but way, way more about their key personality traits and characteristics. Some people are just better suited for what you have to offer, and it's your job to figure out why that is. And maybe they don't even know it, right? A trend that I started noticing about a year ago was that my ideal clients all have some sort of, they value personal development and they continue working on personal development outside of hiring a marketing coach. So they have therapists, they have life coaches, they have personal trainers, they meal prep, they work out, they make time for themselves. I work with a lot of moms who are also running and growing their own businesses. And so they understand the value of taking time for themselves alone to create. And they also are flexible, right? They know that they can create this business within the time frame that they have available, even if it's nap time, or a lot of us right now have kids doing e-learning from home, or the back and forth. One week they're going to school, the next week it's like, no, they're home, they're e-learning again. All right, so go back to those personality traits and characteristics. Now, if this visualization is not really working for you, another question to ask yourself is, who are you not working with? This is a good one. Back into it that way. Who are you not working with? Who comes to you and is like, that's an immediate no, and I have no problem saying no? Write those down. What about them makes them not a fit for you? I know I do not work with anyone that I have to convince that they need to work on their marketing, that it's okay to invest in things like your marketing budget, a marketing coach, self-help stuff. And another question to ask yourself is, if you have customers already, who's your favorite customer and why are they favorite? Why are they your favorite? What about them makes them your favorite, right? I am very lucky in that most of my customers fall into that category. They work on self-development, they're organized to some degree, they're driven, they understand the value of dedicated time to discuss their business and to have a plan and to have a strategy. So think about that. Visualize your customer, specifically personality traits and characteristics. Ask yourself who you're not working with, and then ask yourself who is your favorite current customer and why. Feel free to pause if you need more time on that. I know that's a big one. Okay, here we go. Content strategy. Show up. That is at the basic level of developing a content strategy. The number one thing you can do is consistently show up for your people. Show your face. Okay, your face is so important, especially in the beginning phases of your brand. A lot of you, maybe you don't want to have a personal brand for the extent of your business lifetime, and that's okay. But in the beginning, you are going to have to represent your brand because you don't have anyone else to do it yet. And people build relationships with people. People build trust with people, not logos, not words they're not used to associating with your logo yet. That type of relationship where they see the logo and they know what it stands for and they know, what type of quality product or service they're going to get, that takes time to develop. And in order to begin that relationship with people, with your target audience, you need to show your face, especially right now when face-to-face contact is limited. Showing your face online is probably one of the most important things. It is one of the most important things that you can do to help people establish trust with your business. Thirdly, figure out what turns you on. Take a look outside of your industry. Take a look at who you're spending your money with, who you're paying attention to. What about their marketing resonates with you? What about their messaging turns you on and says, yes, I want to give you my money. yes, I'm going to keep coming back to you as a loyal customer, and I'm going to stay subscribed to your email list and actually open your emails because why? Tell me why. Is it their personality? Is it the brand? Is it the quality of the product? What about that marketing for that particular company turns you on? It's so helpful to find examples of people that are doing marketing in a way that resonates with you outside of your industry. So then you can start to understand your own patterns and behaviors as a consumer. Number 4, be consistent. Be consistent with your messaging first and foremost. This is where having those brand pillars will really help you in the beginning to streamline your messaging and be consistent with your messaging. And then also be consistent with how often you're showing up. Don't just ghost us, right? Don't be consistent for like a month and then fall off the radar. And if something's going on in your personal life, talk to people about it. But in the beginning, you want to make sure you're being as consistent as possible. There will come a time when your marketing is just always working for you. It's working when you're not there. And as long as you are regularly showing up consistently and your messaging is consistent, that time is going to come sooner than you think. That's the goal, is to get our marketing to be working all the time. All right, so content strategy exercise. Number 1, where does your ideal audience spend their time online, in person, for business and for personal, right? Where are they interacting? So I just, fitting the true nature of the Instagram demographic, spend most of my time on Instagram when I'm scrolling on social media. Now I will sprinkle in a couple other things like Reddit occasionally, Pinterest occasionally, Facebook very rarely. And most of my customers are most active on Instagram, if not personally, definitely for their businesses, right? They are running businesses on Instagram. So that's why, so the point of this is to figure out where your audience is so that you can get in front of them instead of you going somewhere and waiting for them to come to you. Number 2, what is your preferred method of communication? This is going, again, to playing to our strengths and really understanding ourselves as an individual, as a content creator, and asking ourselves, like, where and how are we most comfortable communicating? Is it text? Is it video? Is it audio? Is it in person? Most of that, we're not doing a lot of in-person stuff right now. But you can, obviously, Zoom gives us a way to get that feeling across. Maybe it's creating worksheets and programs and workshops and teaching. What else, right? Just ask yourself, like, spend some time here getting quiet with yourself and just being honest. What are you most comfortable? What's your most comfortable method of communication? For me, I think you guys know, you've seen my face a lot. I am a talker. I like to talk. I like to see people's faces. I am intuitive. I like reading the energy and the body language from an in-person meeting. So I prefer in-person, but that's not an option right now. So Zoom all the way with the video on. Also, I have a podcast and workshops. So really talking through things is how I process information. And so for me, talking is a strong suit. Texting is a second. But by contrast, I was once working with a woman and she said, she was trying to force herself to create a YouTube channel. And she was having a lot of resistance around recording videos and forcing herself to do a YouTube channel. And so I just, paused and said, hey, okay, let's think about this from a different angle. How do you communicate with your clients? Now, when you schedule a consultation with me, you'll see that we do that 30-minute consultation on Zoom with our videos on, as long as you're comfortable. And so video for me is like default when it comes to meeting my clients for business. For her, she said that she never does video and she talks to her clients on the phone, like pick up the phone, hello, no FaceTime, no video. And I was shocked. I'm like, listen, you don't even talk to your paying clients via video. Why do you think you would be comfortable talking to the strangers, to the internet, to your ideal target audience via video? That's just not how you're comfortable yet. And while I agree and will work with you from a coaching perspective to get you to a point where you are comfortable recording video and pushing yourself outside of that comfort zone. In the beginning, when you're just trying to get a consistent content out there on a regular basis, it's important that you start where you're comfortable. Otherwise, you're creating too many barriers to entry. You're creating too many obstacles for your brain so you just keep putting it off, right? If there's something that you just keep putting off, like recording a podcast, put it on the back, just scratch it from the to-do list. Put it on the back burner. Save it for next year. Do something else. Something that is more up your alley for now, something that's more within your realm of comfortability as a content creator. For a lot of us, creating content is not what comes naturally, right? Creating that product or that service that you're building your business around, that comes more naturally to us. So creating content is going to take practice and it's going to take time. So start where you're comfortable. Just start there. You can advance to other levels. All right, number 3. How would your best friend, significant other, or your kid answer this question about you? This is such a good one. If you're struggling with this and you struggle with maybe some self-awareness or maybe talking about yourself, understanding your strengths and your personal value, go to someone you love and trust and ask them for their opinion. And if you don't have that person, schedule a free 30-minute consultation with me and we'll figure it out together, right? But kids are a great, honest resource for this stuff. They will tell it to you straight, for sure. I have a 5.5-year-old stepdaughter, and let me tell you, she gives us some hard truths, and she's always right. She's always right. Kids are just unfiltered in that way. So if you're having trouble with this exercise, reach out to someone who knows you and loves you, and you can ask them this deeply personal question, or schedule a free 30-minute consultation with me, and we will figure it out. Okay, pause that one if you need to. Reach out to those people now if you need to. We're going to move on to goal setting. Where are you aiming? Oh my goodness, people. So many of you are just out there creating and wandering and just being free. And that is lovely. I love freedom. I love flexibility. I love spontaneity, although I'm not very good at that right now. But I love those things, right? But those things don't always serve our business well, especially in the beginning, especially when we're in the process of developing new habits for running a business, right? And marketing is a habit. Getting to a place where you're consistently marketing and selling your business and confident in doing that, that's a habit that you have to develop. So when you're developing habits, it's important, especially for marketing, that you have a goal in mind. And this is why I have developed a business where we operate on 4-week marketing action plans. So we set, we just 1 month at a time, like, all right, yeah, here is the goal for the next month. We always set annual goals. We check our numbers monthly and quarterly so we can kind of keep track of everything from a big picture perspective. But I want you right now to think about this. Where are you aiming? It is so important to think about the future of your business and like where you want to be in your business. Are you going to be the CEO one day, or are you just going to hire someone to run the business side of things and you're just going to create? And that's okay if that's the goal. You don't have to be the person that does it all. Let me tell you something about goals, okay? I do not want to be a stay-at-home mom. Like, never in the history of my life do I want to stay at home full-time with my kids. That is a hard job, people. So one of my goals personally is to be able to support my entire household on my income so that my fiance, if he wants, he can stay home with the kids, right? We've talked about this. This is something that he would be happy doing, or at least trying for a little bit, right? If it came to a point where I was like, yeah, I make enough money, you can stay home with the kids, or you can quit your job and do something you love, like pursue something else. So that's the future of my business. I'm going to be actively working in this business. Now, I want to be able to take my kids to school. We just have my stepdaughter now, but the plan is for us to have more kids down the line, right? So I want to be able to have mornings and afternoons with kids. I want a flexible schedule where if there's something going on, I can take time off, or I can, I grew up in a household where my mom was working 10 and 12-hour days in a corporate role, right? And so she was either out of the house or later working from home for that time. And I don't want to have that amount of time like tied to my laptop on a daily basis. So my goals and my vision for my future and my family and my business are very specific. So again, I ask you, what are you working towards? Get specific and also like let yourself dream. Let yourself dream. What is it? Maybe you do want to be a stay-at-home mom and you want to be the one who is with your kids until they're old enough to all go to school, right? And that's a goal of yours, to be able to be home with your children and pursue something of your own passion. And then if you can make some money with it and help support your household finances, amazing, right? That's a great goal to have. But I cannot set your goals. I am not responsible for your goals. I can't set them. I can't really even help you set them besides encouraging you to take time to think and open up to a future that you may, until this point, have considered impossible. Like, what is your impossible goal? If you took away all of the societal factors, right? All of the real world problems that your brain's going to throw in your face when you say this, and say like, okay, literally, if I could do anything in my life and run my life in this manner, this is what I would do. Go there. Allow yourself to go there. Okay, here are the exercises. What is one thing you'd like to accomplish in the next 4 weeks? This one is important because we're going to use this goal for the next exercise. So what's one thing you want to accomplish in your business in the next 4 weeks? It has to be realistic and it has to be a reach. So don't tell me in the next 4 weeks you want to go from $0 to $1 million. Not realistic. Something that is realistic and a reach is doing something new, like launching a podcast, launching your e-newsletter. I was in a workshop the other day and that was, the woman asked me if that was a good 4-week goal. Fantastic 4-week goal. There's just enough there that you have to learn about and figure out and promote, but you can still execute it in a 4-week time frame. And this woman is developing a business from home, also with children at home, learning from home, all of that good stuff. So you can do it. Think of your time constraints on a regular basis and think like, all right, cool. This will work in the next 4 weeks. And part of that is like, maybe you've never done a 4-week goal before, right? So you just have to think about that. Okay, realistic reach 4-week goal, write it down. We need that for the next one. These other two, we don't need for the next exercise, but I do want you to think about them and write them down if you have time to pause and do this. Where do you want to be 1 year from now? Maybe it's simply that you want to be paying all of your bills out of your business income in a year from now. Oh my gosh, how cool, right? Another way to frame these goals, I just did some work with my life coach today, and I have it right here on a post-it on the wall, is to ask yourself, wouldn't it be nice if in 1 year, fill in the blank? Wouldn't it be nice if in 1 year from now, I was paying all of my bills out of my business income? Wouldn't it be nice if 1 year from now, I had double the amount of paying clients that I have right now? Wouldn't it be nice if 1 year from now, I could be the one to pick my kid up from school every day? Excuse me. I know not all the kids are back in school, but when they go back in school, which hopefully they do, wouldn't it be nice if 1 year from now the kids were back in school and the teachers, wouldn't it be nice if 1 year from now the teachers didn't have to be so worried or stressed about kids coming back in school, or the parents, right? We could apply wouldn't it be nice if to a lot of scenarios, but be specific here to your life in your business. And then the third one, where do you want to be in 3 years? What about in 10 years? What is that big, impossible 10-year goal? Within 10 years, wouldn't it be nice if in 10 years, I retired my fiance? What? Wouldn't it be nice if in 10 years, I was no longer taking one-on-one clients, but rather hosting workshops in groups? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be fun? I don't know what your goals are. Wouldn't it be nice if in 3 years I had my own shop, my own storefront? Wouldn't it be nice if in 3 years I had 5 employees? You have to tell me, right? Allow yourself to dream, to brainstorm, to go to those impossible places, those places where maybe someone has shut you down before and been like, that will never happen. That will never happen. So many people, they choose to be miserable and they choose to accept a reality that is not set in stone, that they can change. If you're willing to be uncomfortable, if you're willing to make hard choices, if you're willing to make choices for you, for your future, for your family, with disregard for other people's opinions besides the ones that count, right? It's always important to have a small list of opinions that matter. So in my house, my significant other's opinions matter. My life coach's opinion matters, right? You have some people whose opinions actually matter. And then there's a lot of chatter from people that don't, not that they don't matter, but that their opinion doesn't affect your decision making. So that's a distinction there. So without all those opinions from people whose opinions don't matter to you, whose opinions don't affect your decision making, what's your 4-week goal? What's your 1-year goal? What's your 3-year goal? What's your 10-year goal? Pause this and write those down. Okay, 4-week marketing action planning. Here we go. What's your 4-week goal? I told you were going to need that. And then, so put that, get a clean sheet of paper, right? The 4-week goal at the top, and then make a list of all you need to do to bring that goal to reality. So if you're going to launch a podcast, you need to research the first step, right? Research microphones, buy a microphone, research podcast hosting platforms. How are you going to get your podcast out there so people can listen to it on Spotify, on iTunes? You have to figure that out. What is the intro for your podcast? What's the title for your podcast? What graphic are you going to use to promote your podcast on those platforms? What are you going to talk about? Are you going to do interviews? Are you going to just record? How long are the episodes, right? Get into all the nitty-gritty details about launching a podcast. And then once you have a complete to-do list, well, as complete as you can make it, right, for something that you've never done before, I want you to put that list in order of like, first, I need to do this, and number 2, do this, number 3, do this, number 4, and just so forth. Like number your list in order of priority. And then once you have that done, I want you to put those to-dos on your calendar. So this is where you're going to need a calendar or a planner. If you need one, I'm going to include one in here for you, just like a 4-week. You just need a 4-week calendar. You can draw one on a blank sheet of paper too. And just maybe that's easier. Draw out, what a 30-day calendar looks like, 4 weeks. And maybe you can hang that up on a wall in your office or put it on your desk or in your notebook where you'll see it every day. And just put the days starting with tomorrow for the next 4 weeks. 4 times 7 is 28. 28 days you have to accomplish this goal. And just starting with tomorrow is the first action you're going to need. And I suggest, if you can, block out a specific time. So like I'm going to spend an hour on research, and then I'm going to spend 30 minutes buying a microphone. And just in some of this, like I would overestimate time. That way you have flexibility in your schedule. Also, you've never done this before, so it's going to be new. Make sure you're being realistic with the time you have available to spend on this and the time it's going to take you to do new things. And then once you have those items on the calendar, now you have a plan. This is your 4-week marketing action plan. You have action items on the calendar regularly that are going to lead you to this goal if you stick to the plan. That's where the marketing magic happens, when you stick to the plan that you have created. What's important here is you're going to come the middle of the month maybe, and you're going to be tired. You're going to feel like this is never going to work. Stick with it. Have the audacity to believe that you can achieve this goal, and that this goal is just one of many you're going to achieve over the next 10 years. This takes tenacity. This takes audacity. This takes just good old commitment and drive and just a commitment to yourself, commitment to your business, commitment to your people. Just stick to it. You can do it. I promise. All right. And then we've come to the end. So you've done all the hard work, right? And this is the easy part. So with our one-page brand guide, which you can see here, you will just fill in the blank, right? So you've done the work for the mission statement, the brand pillars, the business goals, the target audience, the marketing action plan, and the content strategy. So now all you have to do is go back to your notes, refine those items, download this template or recreate it on a separate sheet of paper and fill in the blank. And now you have a one-page brand guide. So you want to use this one-page brand guide to help you make decisions in your business, to share it with other professionals that you may work with. Maybe you're hiring someone to do the website, or maybe you are hiring someone to help you with social media. At the very least, this is going to give you clarity. It's a snapshot of your brand and the foundation that you need to be able to build upon to grow your business. You need these things, and they may evolve over time, and that's okay. That's natural. Businesses evolve, they're living things. You evolve, you're a human, your website will evolve, it's a living thing. It's only natural to go through evolutions in your business. But right now, this one-page brand guide is a snapshot of where you are. That's it. It's a snapshot of where you are right now, and it'll help you make business decisions moving forward. All right, guys, you did it. Congratulations on completing the Marketing 101 workshop. I'm so glad you downloaded this. Let me know how it goes. Be sure to find me on Instagram at Marketing Uninhibited. You can tag me, send me photos of your completed one-page plans, or just send me some goals. Let me know how it went. Let me know where you struggled and where you feel like you really got it or something clicked for you. Also, you can subscribe to the Marketing for the Uninhibited podcast wherever you subscribe to podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, iTunes. Be sure to check that out. I have 98 episodes and growing by the day, and I have guest interviews, personal stories, marketing tips and terms, marketing terms defined, exercises. It's really podcasting, talking is my favorite thing to do. So I really bring my all to that, like this workshop as well. But the podcast is where you're really going to get to know me and my marketing philosophy. And then you can always contact me and schedule a free consultation at marketinguninhibited.com, or you can email me directly at mrodriguez@marketinguninhibited.com. And don't forget to schedule that free consultation. If you don't see slots available, just shoot me an email or a DM on Instagram and we will figure it out. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you downloading this and joining me for this workshop today. And thank yourselves for showing up for this Marketing 101 workshop and figuring out your marketing foundation so that you can build a brand in a way that you see fit, that works for you. All right. I look forward to connecting with you soon.